Round 2 of this third season in the di9Designs, turned down for what? Xfinity Series, about to go racing from virtual Atlanta. Q-Dogs in the chat says, let's go CDR. Bama Trama in the house as well. On the right-hand side of your screen, fans, you'll see the points after just one round of racing. Matt Boone, last week's winner, ahead of Kyle Taub by 4 markers, and then it's just 1 point back to Jose Ruiz, who's going to be starting on the fringes of the top 10. 120 laps, our scheduled distance tonight. I'm Rick James, and I'm so pleased to be bringing you this second race. And every week that goes on, just happy to make more friends along the way. So sit back, try to relax in these first couple of laps, but who can blame you if you're on the edge of your seat? Braden Holt, the control car, he's going to lead Jordan Bain and company down to the line. Thanks for coming and joining the racing tonight. Green flag is out at Hotlanta. Let's have some fun. So far, so good for all of the pilots. The number 2-8 of Jordan Bain goes to the point. He gets around Braden Holt in a 5-4. Hunter Peach comes up in third in that 2-6. It's Ford, Chevy, Toyota, your top three in the early goings. Jose Ruiz in that Rainbow Warrior number 2-3 on the inside line as Tree Wade greets Bama Trama. The 2-1 of Chris Murphy up 4 places already in just 2 laps. The offer pad Supra making his way around that DuPont Camaro. 2 laps complete. 32.42, the fastest lap of the race. 32.28, Papa Bear Campbell has problems. The 71 of Mike Campbell in the Tiger Town Trucking Ford with big issues already. Let's see what happened to Papa Bear. Jeff Lednam fastest with a 32.28. Oh, right into the wall, tries to save it, keeps it right up alongside of that wall. Luckily, everybody else was able to avoid Papa Bear Campbell. Lednam remains the fastest driver, and the North Carolinian comes down pit road early on. Explorian says, way to start Murphy. Talking about Chris Murphy, now up 6 places. Murphy just went purple. He now holds on to the fastest lap of the afternoon. The Washington pilot with a 32 1/4 second lap, fastest of all. At the front, Braden Holt just barely holding on to second place. Last season's runner-up, Hunter Peach, gets to the inside of car 5-4, and he makes his way into the second position early on. Drivers trying to figure out where their race cars are going to work. 185 laps, the scheduled distance from Hotlanta. Didn't always look like that for those that don't know. It used to be a symmetrical oval up until that 1997 season. It rewent a configuration. The backstretch became the front, and they put this dogleg at the front of the racetrack, making it similar to Texas Motor Speedway and the Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's sister tracks, and it's going under one more reconfiguration for this upcoming season. Can't wait to see that. Alex Bishop now matching the fastest time with a 32.25 seconds in the number 4 Harrison's Chevrolet. Bishop finds himself behind Hunter Peach. He's up 2 places from where he started. Jeff Lednam up 7 places from where he started. Jake Millsap in the 19 up 6 places and on the move. There you see Jeff No in that 2 car, though, a little bit of a blink, and the repeat U.S. Air Force sponsored Ford. Hopefully not showing anything of the signs to come. Single file so far all the way down, but Matt Boone, last week's winner, now breaking that formation. The 38, the pilot of the 38 Wisconsin Badger Chevrolet, comfortably sitting in 6th. He won last week at Las Vegas, and he's looking to make it 2 in a row. Let's ride around for 1 lap with driver of the 38, Matt Boone. Matt Boone making his way up into the top 5 where he started on the outside of car 2-6, Hunter Peach. For now, Jordan Bain continues to lead, but Chris Murphy up 10 places since the green flag flew. And Murph in that 2-1 offer pad Supra quickly chasing down Jordan Bain for the lead. Jordan Bain ahead of now Matt Boone, who gets to the inside of Chris Murphy. Last week's winner, the Rhineland, Wisconsin driver in that 3.8 Chevy, making his way up to the lead. We're going to have a fight for first very soon. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, your top 3, 11 laps into tonight's competition. Alex Bishop, and there goes Hunter Peach, blinking violently. The 2-6 tumbling down the order, but it looks like he's okay for now on the very tail end of that top 5. Kyle Taub rounding out the top 10 on the inside of Jose Ruiz, the Sacramento driver. Running the high side with Andrew Baker behind him. Jeff No wants to play 2 up that inside line. No bringing his number 2 Ford into the mix. Jeff No in lucky number 13th position. At the front, Jordan Bain holding on to this top spot by just 0.2 of a second. Chris Murphy sits in third in that 2-1, just gently waiting while Hunter Peach works on the outside of Alex Bishop. Drivers trying to find positions early on, but not really giving it too much action, not trying to steer too hard like you might have seen last night. For those of you watching, we were at Rockingham last night in the Be Water, Be Fast iRacing Series. Tyler Dohar coming away with the win in the number 7-7 Filter Time Ford. You're watching Rocky Top Wade in that 2-7 Tennessee Volunteers Ford. He sits just ahead of Jeff Lednum. 14 laps underway in Atlanta. Adrian Motors following recently. Thank you, Adrian Motors. Welcome to Rick James TV. You just stumbled in and you haven't missed a thing. 14 laps into this race. Jordan Bain still leading Matt Boone. Boone and Murphy, second and third respectively, have been leading a conceited charge up to the front, but once they've gotten to Bain, they've halted their advance, and it seems like they're content to ride in the wake of car 28. Hunter Peach sitting in that 4th position in the 2-6. Sitting in that 4th spot, he's got Alex Bishop behind him. A closer fight is that between Kyle Taub and Jake Millsap. Taub in that 16 car, just behind Millsap in the 1-9. Millsap just in front of Nate Lehman, who's had some internet issues as of late. But Lehman making his presence known in the top 14, car number 14, looking to make some sort of dent in these point standings coming into tonight. Lehman 5th in those point standings, just 2 markers off of the top 3. We're only 2 races into the season, but it's not a very long season. Only 16 races, and even one mistake could cost you crucial. J. Paul Arnold making it 3 wide into turn number 1. The Mississippi native now going to the inside of Jake Millsap. J. Paul cracking the top 15 with the 2-4 of Cole Snyder patiently following in his distance. Millsap giving up the spot to Arnold, but still staying fast on that high side, while Matt Boone has gotten around Jordan Bain for the lead and starting to pull away. Let's take a look at the lap 15 pass for first. Just on the high side, using the momentum, really disallowing Jordan Bain from using the exit on the high line, and he'll make it stick out of this 4th corner, presumably. Matt Boone, your new leader at Atlanta, 18 laps in of the scheduled 120. Nate Lehman on the inside of Kyle Taub. Josh Arnold behind him in the 14th spot. Taub in that 1-6. He started 19th, and he's got a great jump to where he sits. So does Andrew Baker in this 0-2. The B&B Home Services Chevrolet up 10 places. He started in the 20th position out of 22 competitors. Baker making a good run to the front tonight. All eyes, however, on Rhineland, Wisconsin's Matthew Boone, winning last week. Someone trying to stop Jordan Bain and his dominance tonight. The 2-8 Season 1 and Season 2 champion, looking to make a hat trick of championships, but Matt Boone starting the season off brilliantly with a win in Sin City last week. He's bringing that flavor to Hotlanta, looking to make it 2 victories in a row. He's got a half-second gap on Jordan Bain. Chris Murphy is only 0.3 of a second behind the driver of the 2-8, Hunter Peach in 4th, Alex Bishop rolling in 5th, Rocky Top Wade behind Braden Holt and Zach Meredith in the 8th position. Wade started 26th last week at Las Vegas and managed to get himself a finish in the 7th position. Wade right now sitting 8th after starting 9th. Things are looking up for the driver of that 2-7. At the front, Matt Boone's lead is shrinking a bit to Jordan Bain. Hunter Peach trying to follow in Chris Murphy's wake. And then you've got the 17 of Zach Meredith, who's riding oh so close to the back end of Braden Holt in car 5-4. Meredith in the 1-7, watching the 8 car. That's Alex Bishop, currently in 6th, looking to overtake the 5-4 of Braden Holt for 5th. Holt with the advantage in speed, but will he be able to cut off car number 8? He does indeed. The 5-4 Valvoline Chevy. Started on the pole, but still holding on to that top 5 brilliantly. Zach Meredith, who started in the top 5, trying not to fall out of the top 10. Rocky Top Wade in car 27. Following closely behind, Alex Bishop gets way loose out of turn number 2, and the 8 car has to perform a little bit of hands work to save that car from going into the wall. Let's ride along with Alex Bishop. It's back up just a bit. Have a listen. It just sounds like the car snapped loose in 2. Just no grip coming off that low line. Smartly, Bishop gets out of the gas and he lives to fight another lap. The 8 car finds himself in the 8th position. Cole Snyder in the 2-4 now working on the inside of Jeff Lednam while Papa Bear Campbell takes the low line in car 71. The 14 of Nate Lehman finds himself behind that 2-4 car. You're looking at 11th, 12th, and 13th respectively. Jeff Lednam in the 3-7 sits on the outside of the top 10. Kyle Taub in the 16, he's been slipping back despite some presence in the top 10. Taub sitting 18th behind Andrew Baker, who's also fallen back. Obviously, no one's pitted just yet. We're only 25 laps into this race, but expect drivers to come in right before lap number 40. We'll see just how far these tires do extend. 5 sets of tires is what drivers will receive tonight and only 1 fast repair. Matt Boone at the front of this race has Jordan Bain filling his rearview mirror. Will the Wisconsin pilot be able to hold on to this lead? Bain says it's my turn at a shot. 2-8 gets right beneath the shade of car 38. 26 laps complete at the 1.5 mile Atlanta Oval, right along with Jordan Bain. Mike A in the chat says, Boone looking strong. He certainly is, but for now, Bain just looking a bit stronger. The 28B Water Ford gets to the inside of the 38 Badgers Camaro, side by side out of turn number 2. Hunter Peach watching with bated breath in the bronze medal position for now, and the 3.8 of Matthew Boone holds on to that brief charge. Braden Holt in the 5.4, possibly looking for some way around that 2.6 in all this calamity. If you've recently tuned in, thanks so much for coming on through, having a good time watching the race cars at Atlanta. This is the di9Designs Turn Down for What Xfinity Series, Season 3, Episode 2, as Matt Boone gets into the wall. Last week's winner, Matt Boone, scraping his 38 Wisconsin Badger bow tie car up against the outside retaining barrier of Atlanta, not only dropping out of the top 2 positions. Here comes Braden Holt to take away his podium spot, and does. Mike A in the chat, he says, damn. One more look with Matt Boone. Let's see what happened with that 38 car. My guess is that he just went a bit too high, wide, and handsome. Well, that's the 2.8 to the inside. Let's see if we can find a closer look on when the 38 got into the wall. There it is. He was always rising up through the corner, wasn't he? He was always rising out of turn number 2. He had to check up, but it just wasn't enough. Luckily, Boone does recover. He finds himself in the 5th position, but for now, Jordan Bain, the 2-time season champion, leading 31 laps into this race. Can he hold it? Braden Holt behind him in the 5.4. Hunter Peach in the 2.6, bravely following at full speed. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, your top 3, 32 laps into this race. J. Paul Arnold in the 2.2. He's sitting just on the outside of the 2.4 Cole Snyder. The 1.6, no, that's the 1.4, pardon me. Nate Lehman sitting in the 11th position. Behind him in the NASA Ford Mustang, the 8.1 of John Osborne sitting in 12th. New Jersey's Enrique Quiñones in the 14th position, catching up to the 2.3 of Jose Ruiz. There's Kyle Taub in the 15th position. He's made a bit of a resurgence out of falling out of the first 15 places. Jordan Bain, however, is he able to hold on? Does Braden Holt have enough, or does he need to save his resources for the end of this green flag run? Car 5.4 to the inside of the 2.8. Braden Holt making his bid for the lead at Atlanta. Hunter Peach watching in the distance, also up the inside line, trying to get some advantage on the 2.8. Only the 5.4 will sneak by. New leader at Atlanta, Braden Holt. For now, here comes Jordan Bain with a bit of an extended crossover out of turn number 2. Bain with the shorter distance, but Holt will have the faster momentum out of turn number 4. Side by side down the front straight for the lead, and Jordan Bain leads lap 34. What is this doing to their tires? What is it doing to their fuel consumption? Did Braden Holt plan to stay on that outside for this long? He made it work this time, and he makes it stick. Now the undisputed lead goes to car 5.4, Braden Holt. (5.4), 2.8, 2.6, your top 3 in Hampton County. Zach Meredith sitting in that 4th position with race 1 winner. Matt Boone in 5th, despite the heavy damage he took on the right side of his race car. He seems to be going along nicely. Chris Murphy in that 2.1, he started in 12th. He's still up 6 places. The second highest ranked Toyota behind Hunter Peach in car 26. On the back end of the top 10, Cole Snyder in the 24 car. That Storm-sponsored Chevrolet just ahead of Nate Lehman in the 14. These drivers comfortably riding around the racetrack, possibly waiting for that first yellow or the pit window to open. Josh Arnold in the 2-2. Is he the plug holding back Cole Snyder? Because the Storm Bowling Chevrolet is trying to make a storm on the outside of the Southern Beverage Company Ford. The 2-2 trying to hold off the 2-4 with the 1-4. Nate Lehman with some internet issues. John Osborne watching cautiously, hoping he doesn't run into the ghost of Nate Lehman if he might ever blink in front of the 8-1. Braden Holt ahead of Jordan Bain by 0.2 of a second. Josh Arnold on the outside can no longer hold off the charge from Cole Snyder. 2-4 doing it the hard way around the outside with the 1-4 following in his wake. And now the 8-1 of John Osborne wants a piece of the action too, riding along with the NASA Ford now. John Osborne getting incredibly loose out of that second corner, and you saw there he really had to back out of the gas. Jose Ruiz on the outside in the 2-3. DuPont Chevrolet doing a brilliant job of being aware he's able to take the position away from John Osborne. You see now Jose Ruiz in the 2-3 DuPont Chevrolet. He moves into that 12th position now. 40 laps underway from the Atlanta Motor Speedway, where that 2-3 gets closer to the 2-2. There's Cole Snyder on the back end of the top 10, and the floodgates have opened now. Pit stop cycles are underway. Jordan Bain in that 2-8 car makes it down pit road. Bain is in. Meredith is in. Look at this. 7, 8, 9 cars are in. Braden Holt chooses to stay out. Hunter Peach in the 26 moves into second, and that puts Jeff Noe in the repeat Air Force Ford into third. Braden Holt is on his way in, flying down pit road at an alarming rate. Hunter Peach also in. Jeff Noe's on his way in. Nate Lehman stays out, and Cole Snyder takes over the second position. On the bottom of your screen, you'll see the abbreviation of your favorite driver with the total pit lane time and pit stop time right next to it. Nate Lehman still leading this race. Everybody watching on that 14 car, waiting to see when he'll decide to come down pit road. There's Lehman, there's Snyder, there's Osborne. Jordan Bain running down that front straight, back on the lead lap, looking to get what was once his green flag pit stop cycles, all coming through in 1 or 2 laps. A really quick cycle, just past that predicted 40 lap mark. Matter of fact, Jordan Bain, Zach Meredith, and Matthew Boone, your projected top 3, all did pit on lap 40. They got fresh tires, fresh fuel. Jordan Bain with a half-second advantage over Zach Meredith re-inherits the lead at Atlanta. Zach Meredith now going purple, however, 32.06 seconds. That 1.7 car is now the fastest car in Atlanta. Duct Tape Fan 06 says, let's go 1-9, cheering on for that Millsap graphics car of Jake Millsap, finding himself in the 21st position right now, some 3 laps off of the leader. Matthew Boone goes purple now. The Wisconsin pilot catches right up to Zach Meredith and Jordan Bain. He now has the fastest lap with a 31.87, the first driver to post a lap time under 32 seconds. Boone is determined to go 2 for 2, and if that pit stop cycle tells us anything, the strategy is going to be close. All of the top three all pitting on that same lap. They're on the same cycle. We've gone caution-free so far. Jordan Bain, Zach Meredith, and Matt Boone, your top three. Corey Blevins in the 48, now with a purple lap. Despite the fact that the flat-out Motorsports Chevrolet is in 19th, a lap down, a 31.84 makes him the fastest driver on track. Zach Meredith, however, giving no room to Jordan Bain, almost bump drafting him down the front straight. Meredith playing a bit risky. Let's see what the view looks like from the cockpit of car 17. Meredith to the inside now with a great run out of turn number 4, and the Red Bull Camaro goes to the point. Zach Meredith now your new leader at Atlanta, 47 laps into this race. Cole Snyder in the 24 car still following Nate Lehman. He's sitting 10th. Lehman in 9th, who just had that blink right ahead. Josh Arnold in the 2-2 Southern Beverage Company Mustang on the outside, looking in on these first 10 positions. Quinones in the 9. He's made it up to 13th so far. He's right behind Jose Ruiz in that 2-3 DuPont Chevrolet. They find themselves 2 seconds off the top 10. Zach Meredith finds himself with less than 2/10 back to Jordan Bain. No mistakes allowed at this point. Are these front three drivers going to draft their way to this victory? However, they have a 2.4 second advantage over Braden Holt in that 5-4. We'll see where these drivers end up, but Meredith, Bain, and Boone might have figured out a bit of a plan. 2.4 seconds, and these front three seemingly are drafting their way out from the rest of the field. Braden Holt in the 54 has Hunter Peach and Chris Murphy in tow. That's Kyle Taub in the 16 car. He's following Braden Holt. Taub finds himself in the 20th position, 2 laps down. But the principle remains the same. However, Braden Holt carves in with about 2/10, but does he have the support from the drivers behind him to go on and chase the front three? Bit of a break in the formation. Hunter Peach looking to the inside of car 5-4, and while these back three remain disorganized, the front three starting to get a little bit rustled up, because that lead from 3rd to 4th is now inside 2 seconds. Braden Holt 1.9 seconds behind the 38 of Matt Boone. Josh Arnold in the 11th position, watching the 2-4 Storm Bowling Chevy. That's Cole Snyder, his teammate, in that 10th spot. Both of these drivers just cautiously waiting behind the 1-4 of Nate Lehman, as you see him blink twice in one corner. Jeff Noe on an island by himself, the number 2 Air Force Ford, with no traffic in front, no traffic behind. Jeff Noe needs a drafting partner, or he needs a yellow to catch back up to the rest of this field. Sam Wade in that 27 car, almost in that same boat. He's got the 19 Millsap Graphics car behind him, but that's not for position. Jake Millsap remains in the 21st spot. Although up ahead, he's watching Chris Murphy and Braden Holt battle for position. Holt being overtaken by Hunter Peach now, who's within 1.5 seconds to the top three. Nate Lehman blinking out of control in that 1-4 car, the 2-4 of Cole Snyder behind him. This is dangerous now for competitors behind that 1-4 car. While Jordan Bain holds on to the top spot by less than 0.2. Expect one more pit stop to come on lap 70 for these drivers, lap 80, not 70, pardon me. If it goes green, they'll need a bit of fuel-saving strategy, and it looks like that's what they're trying to work out now. You can see in the gap behind them, Sam Wade running the high side, having to check out of the corner. These drivers just overtaking each other seemingly, not trying to catch up to the top three. Hunter Peach determined, however. And the 2-7 of Sam Wade making a 2x2 formation after Braden Holt goes up high. He gets into the 27. Holt seemingly not understanding that Wade was going for a pass on the high side. Rocky Top Wade sandwiched into the wall by car 5-4, Braden Holt. Let's have another look. Watch the 2-7 of Sam Wade on the outside. He's going to try and make a move on the 5-4 of Holt. You see Holt just washing up to the high side. Let's ride along with Braden Holt and watch this unfold. Watch the hands on car 5-4. You can see the 2-7 approaching on the outside in his mirror. He just hits the bump. One more look from Sam Wade's point of view. He's going to get an excellent run out of turn number 4. There you see the 5-4 just washing up the track. Sam Wade, nowhere to go, but he recovers and continues to fight. Rocky Top Wade finds himself in 7th. Braden Holt is in the 5th position as the 2-1 of Chris Murphy has to realign his race car. The offer pad Supra getting a bit out of sorts through that second corner, but it's 5-4, 2-1, 2-7 running 5th, 6th, and in the 7th position, respectively. Jordan Bain, Matt Boone, and Zach Meredith still having their fun little drafting line. They find themselves 1.3 seconds ahead of Hunter Peach. Peach has been slowly chipping away towards these podium positions, and the 2-6 Ream Supra wants to be a part of that fight for first. Further on back, Cole Snyder to the inside of Jeff No. Nothing's changed here with the 1-4 of Nate Lehman sitting in 8th. Corey Blevins in that 1-8 car. Despite the fact that he finds himself a couple of laps down, he's still fighting tough. There he goes to the inside of Jeff Ledna. Blevins making a move for the 17th position, and John Osborne ahead of him in 16th. Still fighting, still action all over this racetrack. Every inch matters, and these drivers really going for it. 20 laps away from our second green flag pit stop runs. Jordan Bain and Matthew Boone going at it hammer and tongs, but it seems now the single file formation has broken up. Jordan Bain at the front, Matt Boone trying a crossover with Zach Meredith in tow, and that allows Hunter Peach to get within 1.2 seconds of these top 3. Meredith patiently waiting in 3rd. Let's ride along with the Red Bull Chevy. Matt Boone, new leader as he makes his way around Jordan Bain. A reminder, all of the top 3 pitted on the same lap, lap 40, and we can expect pit stops right around lap 80. Was Matthew Boone riding behind Jordan Bain to save as much fuel as possible? What did Zach Meredith learn? Is he going to use the high side to his advantage? He goes low. but Hunter Peach rides that top lane, trying to get ever closer to the top 3, and it's working. Peach finds himself within 1 second to Zach Meredith. Chris Murphy in the 2-1 car. He's working on Braden Holt. These two separated by 1/4 of a second, as are Jeff Noe and Josh Arnold. J. Paul Arnold in that 2-2, just holding on to the back end of the top 10. Here comes Jordan Bain to the inside one more time, and these two do not give up, continuing to fight. It's been an entertaining battle so far. Caution-free through 63 laps of action, just past the halfway mark in this second round of the Turn Down for What Xfinity Series, brought to you by the lovely folks over at di9Designs. The 2.8 of Jordan Bain, trying to side draft almost, it looked like, the way he got right up to the door of that 3.8 car. Hunter Peach falling just a little bit off pace here. There you see Kyle Taub in that 1.6. Again, Taub not fighting for position, just trying to stay relevant behind that 2.6. Matt Boone trying to stay on the point, but Jordan Bain creeping up closer still. 65 laps now underway. Chris Murphy's caught up to the back end of Braden Holt in the 5.4. Will Murphy choose the inside or the outside? How will Braden Holt choose to defend? Murphy with a great run out of 2, and Murph looking to crack the top 5 once again. On board now with Murphy. Murphy right there, but he just can't quite make it stick. Jordan Bain's looking to make it stick. The 2.8 car just edging the 3.8 into turn number 1. Hunter Peach within 9/10 of these top 3, and it's getting spicy within the final 15 laps of this green flag run. Jordan Bain gets around Matthew Boone, but for how much longer? They've been swapping positions left and right, and they're only getting closer to each other. The pit stop window and the end of this race. Zach Meredith looks to take advantage of the space on Matthew Boone. 68 laps into this race, Meredith has yet to taste second place for more than a couple of laps. Briefly led at one point, but comfortable to ride around that top 3. You see the 3.8 of Boone really hanging out in the tail, and with Meredith riding around in third, what has he been able to save over these few laps? Grandpa Coey falling off the racetrack there. Let's see what happened to the 66 Rico Chevrolet. Oh, you can already see he's skidding loose out of turn number 4. Mows the lawn in the dogleg down the front straight, but no harm, no foul. Coey will dust his shoulders off. It's been a nice race so far for all of these top 3. Matt Boone trying to defend his win in this second race of the season, but Zach Meredith and Jordan Bain are looking to stop his progress. Jordan Bain looking to get his 3rd straight championship. 51 laps remain. Jordan Bain pulling away from these top 2 now. A half second is the gap between 1st and 2nd place. Zach Meredith now occupies the silver medal spot. Hunter Peach is within 6/10 of the top 3. Murph to the inside of Braden Holt, and Chris Murphy now challenging the 5.4 Valvoline Chevy for a spot in the top 5. Murph gets loose out of turn number 2. You see him wiggling and wrestling the offer pad Supra, and mercifully he keeps it off the walls, but Murph losing the fight for 5th and 6th. Cole Snyder in 8th, now 8/10 behind Chris Murphy. Jose Ruiz invading the space on Josh Arnold, trying to get behind that gold 2-2 Southern Beverage Mustang. And the 2-3. Reeling in the 2-2. He's got that draft. And let's do something here. Sam Wade in the 2-7 to the inside of Enrique Quiñones. Apologies for that brief advertisement in the chat. Jordan Bain leading by half a second over Zach Meredith. That's Jeff Lednam in the 3-7 that's just caught up. Fun fact about the livery on that 2-3 car, it made its debut here in 1992. Most of the fans know the story. One young Jeff Gordon making his debut in these colors in the fall of 92, while Richard Petty drove his final race in NASCAR. Almost a passing of the torch, if you will, and that amazing 1992 championship coming down to the final few laps at Atlanta, and Alan Kulwicki walking away with that title. The Wisconsin driver Alan Kulwicki became champion that season. Matthew Boone looking to do the same this season, but he's got Zach Meredith and Jordan Bain with which to contend. Boone now more than 1 second away from second place, and Zach Meredith half a second away from the lead, 6 laps before the start of our second green flag pit stop cycles. Jordan Bain in the 2.8 Water Ford leads Zach Meredith in the Red Bull Chevrolet. Matthew Boone occupies the 3rd bronze medal position in the Wisconsin Badger Chevy. Braden Holt sits in 5th. J. Paul Arnold rounds out the top 10. John Osborne in the NASA Ford, currently sitting 15th by his lonesome. 4 seconds behind Alex Bishop and fewer than 3 seconds ahead of Corey Blevins. And everybody waiting now for drivers to make their way down pit road. Jordan Bain, last pitted on lap 40. The math says we can expect him to pit on lap 80, but will he stretch the mileage to guarantee he can go the distance if we do indeed stay green? Matt Boone in the 38 car. He has a mirror full of Hunter Peach. Nate Lehman 3 seconds behind. And Kyle Taub sitting in 20th, hanging with Hunter Peach as he has been for the last 20 to 30 laps. So hats off to Kyle Taub, able to do his thing and be fast enough to hang with these leaders. Hunter Peach on the outside of Matt Boone. Is Boone conserving? This is a big question that we've got to ask now. If Matt Boone is saving now in this stint, he may not have to save on the next stint, and it might be just a bit of trickeration from the 38 to guarantee he can go that distance. Once again, drivers able to go 30 to 40 laps on 1 tank of fuel. Matt Boone looking to stretch it just a bit. He's allowed Hunter Peach to get around him. Will he allow Kyle Taub in that 16 to get around him? Grandpa Coey is in. Jim Coey brings the number 66 Rico Chevrolet down pit road. And that's going to start our second round of green flag pit stops. If you missed the first, your favorite driver's last name will be abbreviated on the bottom of your screen. The ticking time on the left is the pit lane time, while the time in the brackets is the total pit stop time. Jordan Bain with a 1 second advantage over Zach Meredith, and Bain employing pit stop strategy, running as fast as he can on these in-laps, so expect Jordan Bain to come down pit road this time or next. Hunter Peach in 3rd with Matt Boone a 1/3 of a second behind. Braden Holt running that high side. Nate Lehman has gotten around him, and Holt has seemingly fallen out of the top 5 and continues to sink through the running order. Perhaps the tires have gone on the 5-4 car who last pitted on lap 41. Cole Snyder was one of the last drivers to pit in that first pit stop cycle. He came down on lap 42, and there you see Braden Holt indeed coming down as the tires have been wasted on the 5-4. Car 2-4 stays out. Snyder, will he stretch it like he did one stint ago? Same with Nate Lehman, who seems to have gotten his internet connection under control for now. No more blinking from the number 14 Ford at the moment. While Murph has worked his way back into the top 5, Chris Murphy to you in the offer pad Supra. Will he be able to employ some strategy? He also pitted on lap 40. And race leader Jordan Bain still staying out, still stretching the mileage. J. Paul Arnold is down pit road. Braden Holt now leaving pit road. And the Mississippi native brings his 2-2 Southern Beverage Ford in for service. What could be the final stop if these drivers can extend that gas just a bit. Leader is in, Jordan Bain is in, Zach Meredith follows suit. Here comes Hunter Peach, Chris Murphy also in. Nate Lehman will stay out, just like he did on that last stint. He's going to stretch it as far as he can. This is the money stop for many of these drivers. Lehman is out. Cole Snyder stays out. Jose Ruiz in the number 23 DuPont Chevrolet also staying out, while the rest of their rivals come down pit road. Enrique Quinones, the fourth of those drivers to abstain from tires and fuel. John Osborne in the 81 also looking to stretch his mileage. Jordan Bain now on his way out. Zach Meredith closely in tow. It should undoubtedly be 4 tires and fuel for all of these drivers. Braden Holt goes purple. 31.72, the fastest lap of the race. For now. There you see Hunter Peach exiting pit road in the number 26 Rheem Supra. Jordan Bain coming out ahead of him. Cole Snyder is in. John Osborne staying out of pit road. Jordan Bain moves into third. Zach Meredith half a second behind. Hunter Peach, one of the biggest losers on that pit stop cycle. Figuratively, obviously. I like Hunter. He's not a loser. He's sitting behind Braden Holt. Peach, who had a pit lane time of 45 seconds, a half second slower than Jordan Bain. And Hunter Peach's pit stop time, although it was identical, that it just seems like Bain was able to attack pit road more successfully than that of his rivals. That puts him at the front of this race with fewer than 40 laps remaining. Zach Meredith is in second. Braden Holt is a distant 2 3/4 seconds away from the top 2. Hunter Peach just in his wake. And Cole Snyder on the back end of the top 5, some 7, now 8 seconds away. Josh Arnold will now take that top 5 position. But Cole Snyder won't let that go quietly. Snyder in 6th, but he's got cold tires. He's got to be careful. 3 drivers putting in their personal fastest laps, while Jordan Bain barely holds on to that lead. Kyle Taub will be the last driver to finish up our green flag pit stop cycles, and Matt Boone now puts in the fastest lap of the race with a 31.60 second lap. The Wisconsin native, last week's winner, still on cold tires. You saw the car just with a bit of a shake out of turn number 2. He's got to be careful. He can't push it too hard, too early. If it goes green, these drivers won't be coming back down pit road, and it will be a question of who can save their tires best. On board now with Jordan Bain. Zach Meredith offering bumps of encouragement into that first corner, but for how long will they remain friendly? Is Meredith pushing the envelope a bit too quickly? We're just outside the final 30 laps at Atlanta. Braden Holt is 1.3 seconds behind these top two belligerents. Jeff Noe in that 2 car being overtaken by Matt Boone. Boone with a 57.6 second pit stop time. Doesn't look like a penalty, but just possible repairs made to that 38 car. Cole Snyder puts in his personal fastest lap, as does Chris Murphy in the 2-1. But that is 10 seconds, really, if you think about it, 13 seconds slower than Jordan Bayne at the front of this race, despite his pit stop time being 0.3 quicker. Zach Meredith now gets to the inside of car 2-8. Braden Holt bravely pushing the 2-8 into turn number 1. Jordan Bayne a bit slow as he's giving up the lead, it seems. Braden Holt doing it the hard way, passing 2 cars around the outside, and the 5-4 now becomes new leader with 30 laps remaining. If you've just tuned in, it's been a night of lead change after lead change. Braden Holt leads Zach Meredith for the time being. Jordan Bayne calmly biding his time in that bronze medal position. Cole Snyder, some 7 seconds off of the top 3, sits just ahead of Nate Lehman. Drivers have made what we believe will be their final pit stop. But obviously with 5 tire changes coming into tonight's race, they've got plenty of tires if a late race caution comes out. And coming into this race, we've only completed 1 event of the 16 this season, so drivers have no room for error. Braden Holt, nowhere amongst these top 20 drivers coming into this race. He's starting to pull away from the top 2 now. Braden Holt enjoying a 3/4 of a second lead. The 5-4 car just on the center of your screen sits ahead of Zach Meredith by 7/10 now. But is Holt going too hard? Is it causing a problem? There's still more than 25 laps remaining, and if it goes green all the way to the end, will Braden Holt have enough on those tires? Papa Bear in the chat says, great job in the booth, Rick. Papa Bear, it's a labor of love, buddy. Thank you so much. And genuinely, week after week, I say this every single week, but it doesn't ring any less true. This isn't a one-man show. I cannot do this without the great support from Mike Campbell, from Jordan Bayne week after week, for the folks that help us set up these productions, for Turn Down for What, for the Be Water series, everybody that's involved. And if I ever don't mention any of the important people that help week in and week out, and you're one of those people, please do let me know. Everybody deserves a special mention for putting these productions together. So it's 26 laps to go, and Braden Holt has decided to not go all the way out to that wall and conserve some of his resources. Hunter Peach, on the other hand, decides to go around the outside, and the 2.6 Ream Camry now has the undisputed lead coming to the final 25 laps of racing. Hunter Peach, Braden Holt, and Zach Meredith, your current top 3, with Jordan Bayne still calmly running in the wake of the 1.7 car, and something tells me that Bayne has to be doing this for conservation purposes, just to guarantee he's got enough fuel if there's a green-white checker, if there's a late race caution, for whatever eventuality. But the 2.8 has had enough of riding in fourth. He goes around the outside of the 17 and now looking to the inside of the 5-4. It's Toyota, Chevy, Ford for now, but Jordan Bayne being opportunistic, and with that 25 to go sign flashing on your screen, Bayne says it's go time. Hunter Peach still leading this race. Braden Holt trying to defend the second position on the high line. No problem for Jordan Bain as he takes to the inside line. Terrible exit for Braden Holt, who loses a truckload of momentum. Hunter Peach's progress halted out of that second corner. Jordan Bain, your new leader, coming to 23 laps to go, and Braden Holt losing first, second, and almost third place in less than one lap. Jordan Bain comfortably running that high side. 3 wide for second. Look at these 3 behind him splitting the 2.6 of Hunter Peach. Brave move there. Something has gone on with the 2.6. Possibly some tire saving or some fuel saving, but Holt shot out of a cannon to the front. I'm sorry, Peach shot out of a cannon to the front. Now sheepishly shies out of the fight for the top 3 with 22 laps remaining. Car 22, J. Paul Arnold, slipping off of the wake of Jose Ruiz. He's in 8th right now with Q-Dog. Enrique Quiñones chasing him down. The 9 car sitting in 9th with Jeff No in 10th. Braden Holt behind the 2.8 of Jordan Bain with Zach Meredith peeking to the inside, trying to find out what moves he can make. Let's ride along with the 5.4 and watch his progression towards the front. Five 4 gives the wall a bit of a kiss, and he has to check up to get to the inside of Grandpa Coey. But the 5.4 marches along. 2.0 to go, and it's 1.9 at the line. Next time by Jordan Bain sits ahead of Zach Meredith by 0.3. And at these speeds, that draft is going to pull the 17 right up beneath the shadow of Jordan Bain in the 2.8 B-Water Mustang. Meredith is there. Meredith has the room to pounce. Braden Holt watching as Hunter Peach creeps forward. The 17 goes to the inside. 18 to go next time by. Zach Meredith to the inside of Jordan Bain. He wants a piece of the lead, and he can't make it stick out of turn number 2. That's what it's going to take, is one of these drivers getting the perfect exit out of the corner. There you see Jordan Bain just kissing that white line, cuts off a little bit of speed when he does hit that apron, but you see the brave block out of turn number 4 on Zach Meredith. Meredith getting aggressive now with the bumper of Jordan Bain. Into that first corner, car 17 stays pinched on that inside line. Braden Holt impeding his rise out of the second corner, and the 5.4 using strategy to get alongside Hunter Peach in the 17. I keep calling him Hunter Peach. It's Zach Meredith in the 17. Hunter Peach is in the 2.6 behind these guys. My apologies. But no matter, it'll be 16 laps to go. Hunter Peach in that 2.6 car has been patient all race long, and will that patience be rewarded? Up ahead, that's the 0.2 of Andrew. No, that isn't Andrew Baker. Who is that? That's the 8 car, Alex Bishop. He started in the 6th position. He finds himself in 14th right now, on the cusp of going 2 laps down. No, 1 lap down, pardon me. He's on the tail end of the lead lap as it stands. So if he does go a lap down and the caution comes out, he will obviously receive that lucky dog. And with the 8 car succumbing to the leader, Jordan Bain, that's going to put John Osborne as the last car on the lead lap. Also, shout out Corey Blevins. Started 13th. Fell back as deep as 20th, almost a couple laps down, but the Flat Out Motorsports 48 car of Blevins has worked his way up to 12th. He is 10 seconds off that top 10, but Blevins really putting in a good shift today. Fewer than 25 miles remains in this second round of racing. of the scheduled 16. Jordan Bain looking to get his first win of the season. Matt Boone sitting in the 11th spot. That final pit stop really was the nail in his 2-win coffin. It's going to take a caution and a little bit of magic now for that 38 car to come up to the front and challenge for the lead, but anything is still possible. It'll be lucky number 13 laps to go this time by, and it looks like the top 4 are starting to get a bit slicey and dicey. Hunter Peach to the inside of Braden Holt. Peach has had enough waiting, and he's got his crosshairs set on the 2-8. There goes the 17 of Meredith, diving to the inside of car 54. That's the kind of move it's going to take to get the run, get the grip, and Meredith needs a great exit out of 4. He rises up off the racetrack to catch the wake of the 26 car, although he's not close enough to make that pass. Jordan Bain with a half-second gap to Hunter Peach in second. Zach Meredith sits in third. Lucky number 13 laps to go. Will be a dozen circuits left at the line. Jose Ruiz to the inside of Nate Lehman. This is the fight for the 6th position. The 2-3 DuPont Chevrolet working on that Ford Mustang. A dozen circuits remain. Zach Meredith just hanging on the outside of Hunter Peach. The 2-2 of Josh Arnold down to the inside. He's on the grass. He gets a touch from the 9 car. Arnold still keeps it moving despite that terribly loose race car. Quiñones checks up, saves a potential crash. Jose Ruiz still working hard. There goes Quiñones, loose out of turn number 2. Back up the racetrack in front of the 2-1 offer pad Supra. Quiñones doesn't make the dangerous block on the 2-1. He thinks otherwise, and the Michelob Ultra Chevrolet keeps it moving. Everybody's okay. Green flag still out. Jose Ruiz working on Nate Lehman still for that 6th position. Jordan Bain, 0.3 of a second is the gap between him and Zach Meredith in that 1-7. It's an equidistant gap to Hunter Peach in the 26 car, the Ream Supra. Runner-up last year in Season 2 to this man here, Jordan Bain. 15 points was the gap last season, and Jordan Bain looking to start this season off on the right foot. 1-0 at the line, 9 next time by. Jose Ruiz with a little bit of dent on the front, no matter, trying to make a late race challenge on the 14 of Nate Lehman. Let's ride along in the DuPont Chevrolet. Reese in the 23 finally gets it to go to the inside of Nate Lehman in the 1-4. There's the fight for 6th. Zach Meredith now has a mirror full of Hunter Peach, coming to 7 laps left at the line. Jordan Bain running away with a 0.4 of a second lead as the 17 almost squeezes the 26 up into the wall. Hunter Peach keeps it moving, keeps it pushing, and the 26 Ream Supra now in the wake of race leader Jordan Bain. Mike A in the chat says, great job as always. Appreciate you, Mike. Thank you for tuning in week after week. Send my love to the family. Love you, buddy. Jordan Bain ahead by a 1/4 of a second now. 6 circuits remain in this second round of the di9Designs Turn Down for What Xfinity Series. 7 nights from now, we're going to head to the Texas Motor Speedway for 105 laps of racing. But for now, Jordan Bayne just barely holding on to top spot. Hunter Peach within 2/10 out of that second corner. It will be 5 laps to go next time by. Jordan Bayne, Hunter Peach, and Zach Meredith all last pitting on lap 81. They have the exact same wear. Well, I wouldn't say the exact same wear, but they all did pit on the same lap, so they've got similar wear on their tires. It'll be a question now of who conserves more and who's got enough to go that distance. Chris Murphy on the outside of Grandpa Coe now. Here's a fight for that 16th position. Good to see drivers in the back of the field still fighting hard for every spot they can. Andrew Baker, a part of this mix in the 0-2. He sits just ahead of Enrique Quiñones. Quiñones in the 9th position. Josh Arnold is just 3/4 of a second ahead in 8th. Jose Ruiz a half second behind Nate Lehman. And Cole Snyder rounding out the top 5, half a second off of Braden Holt in the 5-4 car. Third place belongs to Zach Meredith. He's 6/10 of a second away from Hunter Peach, who has filled the mirror of Jordan Bayne. 3 laps remain. This is the view from second place. Two-6 sends it in, coming to 2 laps to go. Big deep send by Hunter Peach. Jordan Bayne tries the crossover out of the final corner. Will he make it stick into 1? Jordan Bayne leads the lap. 3 miles remain. 2-6 can't hold on, and Jordan Bayne does not lose that lead, but Hunter Peach gets another try. Ford, Toyota, Chevrolet, your top 3. Zach Meredith falling further and further back. The tires on the 1.7 have had it. It's down to the 2.8 and the 2.6. First and second in last year's title fight will race for the win at Atlanta. 1.5 miles remain. White flag is in the air. Jordan Bayne starting on the outside of row number 1, looking to do 1 spot better. He's got 3/4 of a mile to secure the win. Hunter Peach loose out of the second corner. He's 2/10 behind. Is he watching the race win slip away? Peach sends it down to the white line in 3, right up along to the bumper of Jordan Bayne, but he can't make contact, and Bayne will survive. Round 2 of the turn down for what Xfinity Series goes to Jordan Bayne. Hunter Peach with a close and exciting second place finish. Congratulations to Hunter Peach. Zach Meredith holds on for the bronze medal. Cole Snyder 4th. Nate Lehman 5th. Braden Holt the 6th position. Jose Ruiz in 7th. Josh Arnold in 8th. The number 9 of Enrique Quiñones finishes in 9th, and Jeff No rounding out that top 10. Jordan Bayne getting the win. And he makes his mark on this season. He says, I'm here to win 3 straight titles. The Be-Water Ford celebrating with a Polish victory lap. Fans at home, as always, we're going to have podium interviews following this celebration. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have Zach Meredith, Hunter Peach, and Jordan Bayne to talk about today's race. Classic victory lap. For those that may not know, following the death of Alan Kulwicki in late 1992 or early 1993, Dale Earnhardt and Rusty Wallace honored his memory with each of their wins by doing a backwards victory lap, what they called a Polish victory lap. To keep that memory of Alan Kulwicki alive, Jordan Bayne celebrating in the similar fashion. He comes down to the start-finish line in celebration, and now here comes the outpouring of smoke and emotion. Fans, don't go anywhere. Your race winner tonight, Jordan Bayne, will be on the podium interviews in just a moment. On the podium now with our top 3 interviews, starting with the driver of the 1.7 Red Bull Chevy Camaro, Zach Meredith. Great job tonight, but at the end it looks like the tires were just a few laps short of challenging for the win.
Yeah, I burnt my right rear off. I was drifting those last few laps, but tried saving my tires the best as I could. I kept it up for about 35 laps, but the last 5 laps, the Peach and Hunter outlasted me. So good race, good run. It was fun, and congrats on the win, banner.
We'll see you in a week's time, headed into next week's 105 lap race at Texas. You are tied for that points lead. Congratulations on your bronze medal today.
Thank you.
Our second place finisher brought to you by his Rheem Camry, but Hunter Peach in the 2.6 Rheem Supra, that is, gets the silver medal tonight. Hunter, amazing dive into turn number 3. If anything, you just sniffed the bumper of Jordan Bayne coming into that fourth corner. Was there anything left in the Rheem Supra to challenge for the dub?
Hold on. Well, I tried, but, wasn't close enough. I didn't want to really wreck him to do it, but tried to do a slide jog, get side by side with him on the front straightaway, but he cleared me there, and yeah, I just tried everything. Surprised I got the high side running, but hope I gave a finish, though. And congrats to Van on getting the win.
Brilliant finish, and after last week's disastrous start to the season, you find yourself 6th in points headed into Texas. Congratulations on second place, Hunter.
Yeah, let's not talk about last week.
Our race-winning interview brought to you by the good folks over at di9Designs, the Chase Elliott graphic design page on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at di9Designs. They post graphics on all platforms multiple times a week and take requests on all types of logos, Chase Elliott wallpapers, iRacing schemes, and more. Follow and DM them for more details. They are not affiliated with Hendrick Motorsports or Chase Elliott. Be sure to use code di9Designs for free shipping on your diecast and merch orders over $20 on CircleBDiecast.com. And now our race winner, driver of the 2.8 B-Water Ford Mustang with his first win this season. He's got a great chance to go for 3 straight championships. Jordan Bayne, you've got the win at Atlanta.
Thanks, Rick. Yeah, man, I just got to say, Hunter, Zach, Braden, Boone, I mean, all those guys, I don't know what they did in the off season, but this is not going to be every single one of these races is going to be a dogfight, because that was everything I had. And we went green the entire race. And I mean, Zach was right there. Hunter was right there. I think if Braden hadn't hit the wall, in the second run, he would have been right there. But I was, man, that's the hardest I've driven for a win in a long time. Peach did a better job saving his stuff. I think while I was battling some of the other guys, pretty smart on his part. The IQ level of this league just went through the roof from this race compared to other ones I've raced with these guys. I mean, that was really impressive from everyone at the front there. But fortunately, we were able to pulled it off there. Just tried to make Hunter guess which way I might go on the last lap, and you know, fortunately he didn't get quite a good enough run off to where he could probably do a whole lot in 3 and 4 on the last lap. But he tried to get to me, so tip of the cap to that. I wouldn't have been mad if he knocked me out of the way a little bit, as long as it didn't wreck me. So that was fun. Thanks for broadcasting, Rick. Sorry for the long-winded answer.
No, that was a brilliant answer. Now we get to see you go for it again next week at the Texas Motor Speedway. Similar track, but 15 laps shorter. And after tonight's race, 15 laps can make an amazing difference. But until that race, you get to celebrate now, Jordan. Congratulations on the W.
Thank you. Thanks for broadcasting.
Fans at home, that's going to do it for us, but that's not it for this week's streaming. Thursday night, we're going to have the third race of Thursday Night Thunder from the Darlington Raceway, the ARCA cars. That's right, your Gen 4 nostalgic favorites on the Lady in Black. Thursday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on Rick James TV. And until that next Tuesday night where we bring you di9Designs Turned Down for What from Texas Motor Speedway, everybody, please stay safe, do take care of each other, and we will see you all